YouTube? How's it going? Dylan here, and it's time for Justice League number 49. Darkseid, part 9, actually. Darkseid War part 9. What an issue. So this is like that, this issue is like almost like a parody action movie where like there's some stakes, and then someone raises them, and someone raises them again, and then again, and then again, and then again, and then it just hits this like insane pitch, and it's like, oh shit, what happens now? Where the fuck do we go from here? That's this book. So last time, in case anyone forgets, or you can just go and watch the part 8 video. It ended with Lex Luthor showing up and Superwoman about to give birth to the baby. Lex shows up, starts fighting Mobius. The crime syndicate is like trying to get Wonder Woman away from Superwoman because like the baby is a weapon based on who the father is, and what I have a theory about who the father is. Well, at the end. I'll say it at the end. So, Lex is just fighting Mobius for a good portion of this, and then Batman shows up and kind of explains what the crime syndicate's doing. Jessica Cruz is still in Volthoom's ring, is still stuck in there, talking to a projection of Cyborg, essentially. Mr. Miracle shows up and, you know, kind of helps out Lex with Mobius. And then Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman kind of charge into an attack. And Big Barda's like, hey, Scott, if Darkseid's powers are here in Lex Luthor and all the parademons are here, Apocalypse is unguarded, so let's go free it. And he's like, and Mr. Miracle's like, we need to help the Justice League because they will help us when we need their help. And so Big Barda ditches, just fucking bails, and makes Mr. Miracle real sad. He just gets real sad. So then Wonder Woman and Superman, like Apocalypse Superman, is like kind of doing pretty good against Mobius, and then Superman uses his solar flare against Mobius to get all of the Apocalypse fire out of his system. Which, you know, in like retrospect, why didn't you just do that sooner? You know, would have really come in handy, probably. So, you know, Superman wasn't even more of a dick than he has been. So, and Superman's kind of out of it after he does that. He's back to normal, but like he is not at full power. So then Lex kind of like says something. It's a really nice exchange between Lex and Superman, because Lex is like, you know, I've always wondered if you hold back when you fight. And Lex is like, now that I have this power, I'm pretty sure you do. You're just afraid. And Superman's like, it sounds like you are projecting, my friend. And Lex is like, whatever. And then the Flash is there, and Lex is like, what are you doing, Flash? And Flash is like, I'm just waiting because someone's gonna die, and I gotta be here to clean it up. So then Mobius goes and grabs Lex, and when that happens is when Grail and Myron Black and the Griffin show back up. Oh yeah, real quick. So there was a semi-important tie-in that came out between 48 and 49, and it was just special. It was called Darkseid War Special number 1. I never saw it in a physical copy. I've had to buy it digitally, which is why I didn't do a video on it, because I I don't like not being able to just, show you guys really cool pictures if, it doesn't look the same if I'm holding it on my tiny little phone. Like, I read everything on this. I wish I had a tablet to read, but it's an iPhone 4. Not my actual phone, but, what I use as, like, essentially an iPod. So, why I didn't do a video about the special. In the special, essentially, it was just all about Grail and Myron. And they kidnapped Steve Trevor. That happened at the end of 48, I think, too. It just kind of showed you what they did with what happened, what kind of like Grail's growing up was, and essentially why they stole him. What they did was put the anti-life equation in Steve Trevor. So Steve Trevor, Myron Black, and Grail and the Griffin show up. When they show up, the Flash is like, "You all should run," and then the baby is born. So when the baby is born, they're like, it's a boy, and Wonder Woman or Superwoman is like, now it's time to play. I'm thinking, since they want to use the baby as a weapon, the father is Alexander Luthor. And essentially, that is the Crime Syndicate's version of Lex Luthor, obviously. And I think his power was that he could just absorb powers. Because he stole Shazam, their world, Shazam's powers. And so I'm pretty sure this baby probably has the same powers. Which means their plan is to have the baby steal Mobius's powers. And then Grail kind of pulls Steve, forward, and Wonder Woman like realizes who it is. Batman gets pained. Steve Trevor like kind of squares up to Mobius, and Mobius is like, another person infused with god powers that's going to die. And then Grail goes, "Do it, Steve." And Steve unleashes like the shout, eye blast, double, like this incredibleness, and it looks really cool. Very deadly, obviously. And he fries Mobius. Just Mobius is a skeleton after that. So yeah. So now, and Grail's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna have Steve Trevor now kill all of you. And like, they have, now Mobius is dead. Steve being controlled by Grail, who clearly has the anti-life equation, like, infused in him like the Anti-Monitor. Because, he just kind of completely fried Mobius. The baby that was just born, who, again, I'm pretty sure is Alexander Luthor's child, giving the baby the ability to absorb powers. So, there's a lot going on. And the end of this says, to be concluded in the next issue, which will be issue 50. Which is kind of strange, because I thought all the runs were going to 52 before they ended for Rebirth, but, So, again, like I said, just stacks on stacks on stacks in this one. Just like the stakes go just higher and higher and higher, and then something happens, and then the stakes just go higher. Like it's just crazy. Like, they're already fighting Mobius, and it's not going well. Like, the fight with Mobius just wasn't really going that well. And then, Superman expunges the power of the Apocalypse fire, but, he's weakened after that. So then, and then the baby's born with who knows what powers. Grail shows back up with Steve Trevor. It is an issue, and a really good issue at that. I'm really, sad and excited to see the conclusion of this, and I really hope if the next issue is the conclusion, it's a double size, because there's a lot that's got to happen for this thing to end, and ending with end with an ending that makes sense. Words. So yeah. So I really hope it goes to 52 instead of just ending on the next one, because they probably could stretch 3 issues. No, actually, it wouldn't even be a stretch. It would just 3 issues would probably have it wrap up nicely, unless again the next issue is a double size. I don't want it to just end kind of weird and abruptly. So yeah, Darkseid War Part 9. What a fun thing. Oh yeah, so that's this. If you want to check it out, go to your local comic book store, Comicsology, or the DC Comics app. And so this is about to end. Marvel Civil War #2 is about to start really soon. Let me know if you guys, leave a comment if you would like me to cover that. Or if there's any other like series that you want to know about that maybe they're wrapped up and I can, give you guys a nice summary on. I believe like Poison Ivy's Cycle of Life and Death has 2 more issues after this one. I can maybe just go through that whole story, or Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Titans Hunt. I think this is actually the last issue of Titans Hunt, so there's also this, Spider-Woman. The crossover between Spider-Gwen, Silk, and Spider-Woman. It's a fairly large crossover. It's 3 parts in. Maybe when that wraps up I can, maybe I'll do that. So, let me know what you want me to do down below. I am also reading Dark Knight Master Race. So, if you want me to catch you up on any of those, let me know. Comments down below. So, comment, like, subscribe, please. Be awesome. I will catch you guys later. Peace out.